Hello, a very good morning to everyone. Just a wee quick update video. I've been mostly doing basing in my wee half hours and hours of panzers and French infantry. Getting all the sand on and getting them all done up. And I'm going to be painting some French infantry once I finish this video. But this is the vehicles I've been working on. I have built the shells of the armoured cars at the back, and I'm just starting to do the detail now. I'll just go through them. First to fight, 221s and 222s. There'll be one of each for France and one of each for Poland. Now these are nice wee kits, very wargaming, set for wargamers really. The tools are cast or are in place, the moulding. And the wee extinguishers, they're a wee bit basic, but they are for wargamers. The turrets on the 221s look a wee bit small to me, but that might just be my thinking. And I'm not sure in the accuracy of the hulls or whatnot, but they're nice wee kits. I lost a machine gun off one of the 222s. The interesting thing they have is the pedestal inside for the machine gun and the 20mm cannon is central. It's the proper way it should be mounted, I believe. But the problem is when you're doing that, it's hard to get them working together, the turret and the gun, and being on the narrow pedestal. But it's a cool feature. But what I did was I clipped the guns off and glued them to the inside of the gun mount, the turrets, and so they can rotate. And I just glued the pedestal on the floor with its wee seat, which was nice wee feature, an interesting wee feature. Plastic's a bit soft on them, but so for filing you need to watch. And one of the 221s you can see it looks a wee bit narrower. I'm going to try to sort that out later. ICM 223s and 222s. Now one of the 223s will go to France and the other one to Russia. Again, nice wee kits. I've got stowage to add to the 223s and the 222s. I like these wee kits. Already added the stowage, and I just finished off with some detail in the turret. And I think I kind of getting this one is 263 or something. The one at the end, just put that in just for a show. At the front, two KFZ 13s and a 14. Now the 14, I'm not really finished yet. It's from RPM. It wasn't as nice as the S models KFZ 13. They're just gorgeous wee things. Quite sweet. One for Poland, one for France. The wee KFZ 14, it's going for Poland. It's got the interior done a wee bit, and I'll sort out the welding. The joins aren't great the way it goes together, but it could have been just me building them. I'll fill them out and it'll be like a wee weld seam, because they had a wee prominent weld seam. Well, these I've done a wee bit of detail inside. I've got ammo boxes to go in, but I put in little flag holders and whatnot, and the wee guns, cool as well. But a wee bit of progress on them. Now there's a wee story here. A couple of vehicles. My nephew David painted up some SS vehicles. One of them being this Krupp Protz, and it kind of inspired me to get my finger out and do something with our early SS. Now, this car here, now I've added a wee bit more detail now that I've found pictures on it, and I've still to put a bit of canvas work and sort out one of the wheels that's on the side that looks a bit rough. I bought that. This story might be interesting to some, but I'm not sure. More than the modelling side of things. This is a kit that was lying about unbuilt for a long time. When I was about 21 to 25, I reckon, in the Nautical College in Glasgow. Fine scale factories, you can't get it now. Company's now defunct. Now, it was my first kit that I seen that was any different from Matchbox, Airfix, or Esche. And it was resin. And it was like a wee combat ready, to be honest. It was like kind of like the Cromwell combat ready or the Millicast Battlefield range. Only came with the hull, you know, the whole section of the chassis, a few wheels and a couple of wee bits to add in, and that, you know, metal and resin, and lovely. Now it sat there unbuilt for almost 25 years, and I got it built and gave it a spray, and then when we David done the Croup Prots, I thought I'm going to add that into the VSS unit. So along came these figures here. Now again, I picked these up 20 plus year ago. Gordon Brown from Cromwell Models used to come round the model club, and come in with, it was mostly 1/35 scale stuff, no interest to myself. But he had, I think it was just starting the combat ready range, and I got a couple of wee vehicles, wee half tracks, and then there were these wee figures full of air holes, air bubbles and whatnot, and some of them had late war weapons, you know, Panzer Shrek and ammo for the Panzer Shrek, and I thought, they look as if they've got the early SS kind of smock. They had the jackboot on, not the retreat gaiter. So I picked them up. Some of them were actually already covered in sand paint. So they're not finished. I need to fill in gaps, and some of the hands I've had to alter, and I've done some head swaps because some had late caps. But I've put them in the early war uniform. Now it turns out these were sculpted by Dave Alsop, who did the combat miniatures range, which we have early SS painted for. So I didn't realise that until just the other day. I was talking to Simon. I said they looked like the combat miniatures when I took a closer look. Simon of Simon Soldiers, and he actually commissioned them back in 1987. So there you are, and I've got them on the way. So I had to shape them to fit these vehicles. I've got enough for probably another vehicle or two, although I'm short drivers, but I would be able to convert them. So I'm quite excited to have these done. Anyway, a long video for me in my story, so I'm just excited to have something that's been sitting about for 20 plus years on the way, and I'll need to sort this one out a bit, because I've started adding details when I found pictures online of the vehicle and I hunted them down. So all good progress anyway. So I hope everybody's doing fine. I hope you're all enjoying your hobby through this crappy time. We're starting to go into a kind of semi-lockdown again. I was just in the middle of painting my mum and dad's bits of their house, and now I'll not be able to see them again for a while. Anyway, all the best to everyone. Happy wargaming, happy modelling. Bye for now.